I finished The Lost Metal, and I want to talk about it. Posted a spoiler-free review yesterday, so if you haven't read it yet and you want a spoiler-free review, go check that out. This review is going to be spoiler-filled, okay? I'm going to talk about everything, okay? So you're being warned now. If you have not read The Lost Metal yet, this is spoilers. If you want to come back after you finished it, that'd be great. Other than that, get out of here. Don't pay attention to this video because it is going to be chock full of spoilers. And actually, I'm going to even point out all Cosmere, everything. So the entirety of Brandon's written Cosmere works and unwritten is going to be fair game in this video. First thing we have to talk about is my boy Wayne. I mean, talk about going out like a champ. I want to be sad that Wayne didn't make it, but the way Brandon wrote it, which is what he does with pretty much all of his endings, was done so well that it was perfect. The character stuff in this book it's what makes Era 2 what it is anyways. The dynamics between Steris, Marasi, Wax, Wayne. That's probably not why you're watching this video. If you're watching this video, it's probably because you want me to talk about the Cosmere connections. And oh boy, there are some doozies in this book. We get some planets name dropped on us, Mythos and Bajendal. They're either planets or planetary systems. So we've never heard of them. They've never mentioned that I'm aware of in any of the Cosmere. And I'm sure they have shards. I don't know who the shards are, but obviously I want to find out. You see a Shodel, which, if you don't know what a Shodel is, they're a race of people from Yolen. They're mentioned in The Way of Kings Prime. I don't think they're mentioned anywhere else in canon other than here. Yolen is the planet where the shards come from. So the eventual Dragonsteel prequel that Brandon's going to write is set on Yolen. Stuff with the Aethers was very cool. Brandon wrote a novella called Aether of Night that he never published. I've never actually read it, but he's been trying to get Aethers into the Cosmere for a while, and I really liked how the Aether magic system mirrors that of Sand Mastery. Because in Sand Mastery, when you use it, it uses the water in your body, and you have to replenish that. And that is the same thing we see in here with Aethers, and that's very cool. The epilogues in general were so chock full of just Cosmere stuff. The Milan one was great. Number one, she's being transported by a Shodel, but then she runs into looks like she's rescuing a group of strangely red-headed people who are lost. Well, we don't know what happened to Rock. We're gonna get that novella eventually. So does anybody else think maybe Milan is rescuing Rock and his people? Because at the end of Rhythm of War, they talk about how Rock isn't coming back, which to me means he went into Shadesmar with his people to go somewhere, and I think Milan is rescuing them. So I think we're gonna get some Rock-Milan interaction shortly. But Kelsier epilogue 2, it's terrifying. I don't think things are gonna go well for our boy Sazed. I think Harmony's on his way out, Discord is on his way in, and I think that is going to be the conflict of Era 3, that things aren't looking good for our boy Sazed. Also, and this is just because I literally, within the last few weeks, made a video on the Emperor's Soul. Shai being in this book was so cool. In that video I made about the Emperor's Soul, I talked about how I wanted a sequel. I wanted to see her in the Elantra sequel because I wanted more Shai, and we got her in the Lost Metal. I did not expect that. I'm not complaining though, it was so good. I still want to see her in an Elantra sequel, or even an Emperor's Soul sequel. I just want to know how she got to here. I know at the end of Emperor's Soul she was going after Hoid, and her and Hoid had like an interaction where they looked at each other in this book, so she obviously found him. And then of course all the Autonomy, Bovidin stuff. I've said that I think Autonomy is going to be the big bad in the Cosmere, and I may actually take that back because I think there's a chance that Discord may end up being the big bad in the Cosmere. I think he might end up taking out Autonomy. But either way, that's a theory. That's a whole video in and of itself. That's all. This video is already going to be extremely long, and the algorithm on TikTok hates long videos, so I'm going to wrap it up. But I got more coming, I promise. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. As always, follow for more Cosmere content.